Hey guys, um, as you may have noticed, I changed my name from Cam Conundrum to Cam Nundrum. I just feel like it makes funnier sense because, well, Cam Nundrum. So I decided to randomly buy a bunch of things on Amazon. Some of the things I needed. Other things I just wanted to try. Unfortunately, I have already tried some of these, but I've decided I thought, oh, it'd be funny to do a video on this. So I'll kind of I'm gonna try and find a way of figuring out each of the 5 different insects because they all look kind of the same, and a lot of them actually look the same. And there's also random bits and pieces that kind of broke off of other ones. But I'm gonna try and do it. Sorry, it was just I'm gonna do this in like one full take. I'm probably not gonna even put an intro or outro because I haven't really fine-tuned what I'm wanting as my intro and outro. But I'm gonna try and find each of the different bugs. And I realize how gross this is because I'm eating bugs, but I know that many people are not disturbed by it. So that is actually a part of a bug. I don't want part, I want a full one. Alright, so I got, this looks like a silkworm. Oh damn, this is probably either a grasshopper or a cave cricket. Given its size, kind of looks like a grasshopper. And for some reason this is a black one, which in terms of food, unless it is chocolate, is not that appealing. And what's another part of the bug? Not wanting to... Okay, I have no idea what this one is. Pretty sure it's a part of a bug. Yeah, it's part of... I think a mole cricket. If you really want to disturb, those are the eyes. And just to let you know, the smell that is coming from this is very much like, well, cat food and dog food. Really any pet food that is dry. Not like a wet dog food, because that would be off-putting. So Oh, and the 5 bugs are grasshoppers, mole crickets, silkworms, regular crickets, and sago worms. And I am trying to find it based on the images that are on the actual thing. And I'm also not dumping it out onto my desk because that would be a little gross. All right. So I've got a grasshopper, but oh, another grasshopper. I think. Okay, I found another silkworm. But like I said, I'm trying to get all of the different ones. Although I do realize that there may be a chance of me not having 100%. I think this is the other worm. Okay, that looks appetizing. So, this is what I'm guessing is a sago worm, although I don't know which one is exactly which. I haven't really bothered to look online. Actually, I might have. Okay, actually, I think this is a grasshopper, and this is a regular cricket. So, I've got 4 out of the 5. The last one that I'm trying to find is probably one of the most disturbing ones. It is the one that's right there. It's the one that I keep finding a part of. But I'm wanting the full insect. Just trying to look. Oh, damn. There may actually be. All right. This might actually be a grasshopper, and that would make one of the other ones that I have a mole cricket. Choose. Alright, here we go. To get the most disturbing one out of the way, and I'll let you know that the only one that I've been having is what I think is the silkworm. And I think I've had one or two of these grasshoppers or whatever it is. So with these, they are pretty much as plain as you can get. I don't think that I would try it without at least a little bit of seasoning. These are just seasoned with sea salt. But here we go. The sago worm, as I'm thinking it is. Although it could be the silkworm. It feels kind of like, compared to the other ones, this one seems to be the heaviest and the most dense, which means that a lot of crunching is about to happen. Alright. Alright. One, I forget how much battery my phone has, so just had to plug it in. But it's very greeny. And of course, all of these insects are dehydrated, and by dehydrated they mean first they boil them, I guess, to like kill off any bad things, and then they dehydrate them, which is just kind of drying them out. Gives them a longer shelf life. But if I was in like a third world country or something, or even second world, or I was really poor and all I could manage to do was buy like a whole bunch of insects, as far as I can tell, this one might be the best one to have the most health benefit. Like, I'm sure they're nutritious, and I'm sure that most of these are a lot better fresh, because otherwise you end up with this grainy texture. And overall, it just doesn't, at least to me, it doesn't feel right in my mouth. Then again, I've not really had many dried bugs. The only one I've tried before this batch is the is mealworms, which they eat flour and, well, meal, so it doesn't have much of a bad taste, and I had it on the top of a cookie, not straight up. If this video gets enough likes, I might see about buying live mealworms and eating them in one of my future videos. It depends on how many likes this video gets. Alright, now I'm moving on to whatever this one is. It's either a cricket or a grasshopper. I think the other two is a grasshopper and a mole cricket, so I'm guessing this is a regular cricket. And it's obviously black, and in terms of looks, unappetizing. Although, I just know from the picture it looked like there were like two rear pieces on one of them, and I was like, oh, maybe this one's the mole cricket, but... And I'm eating these whole because I don't want to eat them in half and then like show you the insides, because I'm sure that a lot of you would throw up, and I might. So, insect number 2. And by the way, I am ending with the one that I've already tried several times, because that one is the least nasty flavor / texture. Alright. I'd say the sago worm, well, as far as I know, it's a sago worm. And now I'm actually looking at, I'm actually looking it up on Google. Okay, it's kind of hard to necessarily distinguish it, but the sago worm has a black head, and that was the first one, so I'm thinking that's the sago worm. Now I'm moving on to what I'm pretty sure is the grasshopper. As far as I know, this is one of the more common ones because, well, you go outside and especially in the summer, you walk around and you hear all the, well, crickets and grasshoppers. So you do see crickets and grasshoppers a lot, but the mole cricket, I'm pretty sure you don't see as much because they're digging in the ground. And the crickets are usually at night, whereas grasshoppers are like frantic outside during the day. Alright, well, I'm gonna get this one over with. Alright. Not to be comical, but grasshoppers kind of taste like how grass smells. And by grass, I mean like dried grass and hay. And it's not that bad. It's actually a fairly smooth flavor, whereas the first two that I had in this video are a lot harsher texture, and they have a more like a kind of bitter taste, but it's not unappetizing. It's just not as nice as you would want it to be. And I'll kind of rank them at the end of this video because I have no idea what this last one tastes, but I do know, well, not the last one, but the second to last one tastes, but I do know how the last one kind of tastes. But I'll eat all of them in a row to kind of keep my idea of how this tastes. Washing my palette. Alright, so I think this one is the mole cricket. the kind of tail part looks kind of unfriendly, and, well, if it was alive, I'd wonder if it would, like, sting me, but I know it doesn't, because, again, as far as I know, crickets and grasshoppers don't sting people. Okay, for some reason this one tastes like, kind of like a tortilla chip mixed with grass. So it seems like the grasshoppers and the crickets taste kind of similar, but this one is the least sharp of the flavors. The sago worm it's probably better fresh, because I think it being dehydrated, it kind of is overly hard and overly, like, crunchy, which could throw people off. The crickets and grasshopper are more of like a kind of potato chip in terms of crunchiness. The last one I'm doing is silkworm, and, well, I'll explain how it tastes and feels in my mouth, but as far as I can tell, it's probably around about the same level of tastiness as the crickets and grasshopper. Alright, so I'd say the two worms that I had in this video, probably the, like, number 4 and number 5, with one, like, with number 1 being, like, my most favorable to number 5 being my least favorable. Say sago worm is the bottom, and then silkworm is right above that. Then, well, what I think is the regular cricket. Then I think 1 and 2 are more of just a tie between them, with it being the mole cricket and the grasshopper. I would probably try all of these in a more, like, fresh way. So, like, instead of it being dehydrated bugs, it's well, it's more of a juicy flavor, so more of like a steak. I will do a video on the chips that I have and the cooking mix that I have, but they're all with cricket flour, which I'm thinking will be strangely nice, because it seems like bugs have that, like, mealy texture that like flour and cornmeal and stuff have, so it'll probably translate well into chips and cookies and other flour-based goods. But it's an interesting experience tasting bugs, and I'll link to this product in the description, And I might do a video with my roommates, and I'll have them trying this, but I'll probably number it from 1 to 5 in terms of my preference, and then have them like roll a dice for like 1 to 5 being you have to eat one of them, and 6 being you get to choose, which would be interesting because I don't think many people are into trying bugs, but I never know. Anyway, see you next time. I might do a hot sauce challenge, but I can handle quite a high amount of heat, so it might be interesting, and I might have to go to the far extremes, but see you in the